I'm kind of a broken record when it comes to Silat. He represents the East, so I'm bound to like him. Go East. No, not that much. In anticipation for the upcoming Eastern arc of Berserk, I've spoken a lot about Silat, Daiba, and the Bakiraka clan. A lot of my narrative videos have been about them. Aside from their importance in the overall future of Berserk, their story is that of a slow burn, with bits and pieces of information given about them throughout the series. As fans, we are never given the full picture of who they are and their past. Silat is a prime example of such a narrative arc and characterization. Though seemingly a weak character, Silat has been with us since the very beginning, considering that his actual debut was in chapter 41, a good 30 or so chapters before the Great Eclipse. There are so many questions that arise with his introduction, like why was Silat in the West in the first place? Was looking for the land of the Oracle the only reason why he was there? If the latter was the case, why a whole 2 years prior to Griffith's rebirth? But regardless of what might have happened, one thing is for sure is that his debut taught him a lesson. He realized where he stood in the world and got his comeuppance as a young warrior. If he was truly there to fight the strongest of men, a Musashi-esque journey of sorts, then he certainly fought and lost against the toughest guy in the West. From a storyline perspective, Silat's introduction showed us that there was a world beyond Midland, Windham, Tudor, and the general Western empires. If his first appearance was something of importance, then the second one was certainly one that etched the character in everyone's minds. Silat saw Griffith's rebirth. He was one of the few people who witnessed it live. Though he couldn't necessarily capture Griffith as they were ordered by the Cushions, Silat nonetheless was able to witness history in the making. A lot more questions arise here as well. Who was the Oracle? Who are the Tapasa, and why are they so close to Silat? Well, we get the answer to that second question fairly quickly. This is where two stories coincide, the slow burn revelations of Silat's past and the messed up world that he finds himself in. To make a long video short, we see Silat being humiliated by both Kushan generals and Emperor Ganishka for being unable to capture Griffith. He witnesses Rakshas's return and him swearing allegiance to Griffith as an apostle. There is a string of bad blood between Rakshas and Silat's group, leading to more questions in the making. Swearing allegiance to Ganishka, he witnesses the man-made Behelit and the birth of Daka soldiers and the revelation that Ganishka is not human but rather a demon. He witnesses the horrors of Ganishka's apostle form. When we next see him, it's clear that Ganishka's truth has somewhat affected Silat to some degree. Instead of doing his job, Silat just stares off into the distance in the middle of a war. His role now shifts towards being an observer rather than being an actor. He spies on the powerful meeting between master and slave and sees what Ganishka is in front of his natural master. After Ganishka's initial defeat, Silat says this, which instantly gives him a more philosophical edge as a character considering what he has been through. While the world is praising Griffith, he is still in two minds about following such a man. I'm genuinely in love with this scene, not just because of Silat's words, but also Laban's reaction to these words. This is something of interest because Laban's always been the silent skeptic of sorts, but we'll come to that in another video. And then finally we see his daring escape from Falconia, him spying on Griffith and Rickard, and his fight with Rakshas. All of these things truly made him a fan favorite. Now bear in mind that all these appearances in the manga are not continuous. His first appearance is in volume 9, then 18, then 21 and 22, and then 27. Only after 30 or so volumes do we get to see his character expanded upon in a significant manner. In the current journey towards the east, we can see his backstory unfold significantly. Only time will tell the impact that this proud Bakiraka warrior will have on the story. At this point, we can only wait for what chapter 276 brings forth for us, if it ever comes out. Please leave a like for the algorithm and thanks for watching.